First, thank you for the faithfulness of some 79% of our churches paying 100% of their apportionments for 2023. Let's talk about 2024. We have experienced and witnessed substantial changes in our conference and the United Methodist Church. We now live in a post-disaffiliation environment, but CF&A feels very inspired about our future. We all understand the need for local churches to spend more resources in their localities. However, we also hope there is value and inspiration to share in the greater connection beyond our local communities. 340 of our churches left the conference and the United Methodist Church in 2023. We adjusted the 2024 budget accordingly, but with disaffiliation payments from those departing churches, we were able to move forward. The 2024 General Conference results in some substantial changes for our denomination, of which many are financially impactful. Get this, let's talk about it. 2025. We have worked very hard at developing a 2025 budget spending plan that will bear fruit in many ventures for the annual conference and support the work of the General Conference. It is reduced substantially over 2024 so that our remaining churches are able to keep as much of their funds as possible in the local context. You can clap now, yes. CF&A report Saturday, June 21st, during the morning session of annual conference. You can find your full report in the program and reports booklet, as well as the supplement. We have also produced a special publication this year, 2025 Funding Plan, that goes into far more detail of your apportionment dollars, work across our conference, and the connection. I will now invite Dr. Mark King, our conference treasurer, my partner, to review key points of our report. Mark?
Thank you, Irish. Well, the CF&A report has actually two parts. First is the policy statement that's been updated for 2025. Please take note to review it carefully, as several items address some changes. For instance, the cutoff date for receiving apportionments for 2024 credit, as well as an updated moving policy. But the second part of the CF&A report is on the 2025 budget. As Iris mentioned, we are now in a post-disaffiliation time, with 300 less churches to apportion the conference budget. That required some considerable adaptations. The conference engaged several listening groups and consultants to help us reach a viable and sustainable spending plan. We started the process right off the bat to find some $2.3 million in adjustments in order to keep apportionments for the remaining churches as flat from 2024. But we wanted to do more. CF&A feels strongly that the local church is the center of disciple making, and the more dollars left for local church priorities makes us all stronger. Therefore, we bring to you a spending plan that embraces significant reductions. We endeavor for a responsible yet effective 2025 budget in this environment. The conference portion of the 2025 budget has a $6,739,000 spending plan that includes supplemental sources. Out of that, $5.3 million is what's going to be apportioned to the local churches. Now that's a decrease of 33.7% over 2024. With the General Church meeting in 2024 here in Charlotte, a new quadrennial budget was approved. And the allocation for the Western North Carolina Conference is $3,582,270. And that's a reduction of over $1 million from the previous quadrenniums. Now you'll remember in 2023, for 2024, the CF&A recommended and the annual conference approved an already reduction of general church apportionment spending due to the report that so many of our general agencies were significantly reducing their budgets anyway. Thus, the general church has already been reduced by 18% in 2024. And now for 2025, a further reduction of 22.5% from 2024 to 2025 is afforded. So the total 2025 conference and general church budget, the whole shebang, is $10,321,270 of spending. Now, that includes the supplemental sources. It's $8,882,770 that will be apportioned to the local churches. And that's a total net decrease of almost 30%. Now, in all transparency, for the remaining churches, because we still apportion the 2024 budget with the advanced year of apportionments from the disaffiliating churches, it is basically a net reduction of about 5%. What is included in the conference portion? There are 4 funds for the conference. First is equitable compensation. This amount is going to remain the same as it is for 2024. A great deal of work and progress of our just compensation efforts deems it to remain the same so that we don't go backward. Thus, there's no decrease or increase in equitable compensation. For the district support portion, this provides staffing and things for our district offices, is reduced by almost 18%. And we're able to do that because of consolidation of a few office spaces, changes in one DS full-time appointment, and the reduction of district office staff from 9 administrators to 7. Then the third one is the conference support line. This has a 50% reduction from 2024, with the discontinuance of all district vitality associate positions, supplemental sources for staff compensation from other buckets, and a prudent use of the conference reserves. We believe that with equity in the markets doing such good returns, that we should share that in the work of our churches. Then the fourth area is connectional ministry support. This has a 17% reduction. It includes, first of all, the required disciplinary funding of the Board of Ordained Ministry and the Board of Laity. But secondly, there is a new funding paradigm that's going to focus on our 4 priorities that we have now set as an annual conference: creating vital and sustainable local congregations, racial justice, inclusion as discipleship and sanctification, the well-being and the health of our leadership, both clergy and laity, and finally, claiming our United Methodist identity in remarkable ways. It is hoped that this last paradigm will spawn more collaboration, more partnerships, so that duplication is eliminated and we have more focused goals that can be achieved. You will notice in the budget a column between spending and apportioned. And this column reflects those spending from other sources that help brings the apportionment column lower, and thus a lower amount, and a more realistic budget for the churches. Almost $1.5 million is now being obtained from supplemental areas. The district apportionments that are allocated among our various 8 districts add another $1.65 million, but those are allocated again among the districts. We're going to go from 4 district apportionments to 2 in 2025, add ministry, and then congregational vitality development. And that in itself allows us to do a 20% decrease in district apportionments from 2024. The percentage of conference total contributions, what the churches have and receive in their local communities, if you compare that spending of the churches in 2023, the 2025 Conference General Church District budget with all of its components represents just 2.75% of those local church expenditures. Again, we're working very hard so that your funds can stay there in your local church. That means local churches now are free to use almost 97.25% of their funds there in their communities. Thank you for your time and your attention. And please, any further questions can be directed to me. May God bless us all as we continue to be united Methodists who make disciples for the transformation of our communities and our world. Irish?
I like that, yes. I echo what Mark said about being United Methodists for this time. Allow me to conclude by saying, may we continue the United Methodist Church so that we are fully engaged in making disciples for the transformation of our churches, our conference, our state, and nation, and our world. Thank you.